Toxic air, rancid water, collateral citizens. Delhi NCR turns into a gas chamber. Parts of Haryana in a hazardous haze. Uttar Pradesh enveloped in a toxic smog. Death by breath, another season, same story. Top focus, 7 p.m.
Good evening, viewers. If you're in the Delhi NCR region, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're stuck in a gas chamber and you cannot breathe, and you've seen this happen before. This is season 8. We've seen year after year, nothing quite change. Our top focus, the politics speaking, citizens collateral. Before I get to the story, these are our top headlines. National Capital Region turns into a gas chamber again. Delhi High Court holds Delhi government responsible. Delhi chokes but Netas bicker once again. Aam Aadmi Party government blames centre. Congress calls pollution a criminal act. BJP says smog towers defunct. It's a big Pappu showdown in state of war Telangana. KT Rama Rao calls Rahul Gandhi the national Pappu. Congress hits back claims KCR and family looting Telangana. Kamal Nath triggers a big row by crediting Rajiv Gandhi for Ram Mandir. Amit Shah hits out, says it's a temple for Hindus and no one can take credit.
और राजीव गांधी ने ताले तुलवाए तो वो भी सरकार में थे, प्रॉपर्टी तो हिंदुओं की थी, तो वो क्यों श्रेय ले रहे बताइए.
Cash for query row explodes. Mahua fires perverted misogyny jibe at ethics panel chief. BJP hits back with Bhrashtachari charge at Trinamool MP. Israeli forces surround Gaza city on all corners as bombing intensifies. Israel cuts all funds to the Gaza Strip as Hamas retaliates. All right, viewers, if you're anywhere in the Delhi NCR region, not even just the Delhi NCR region, even if you are in Uttar Pradesh's Muradabad or Sonipat in Haryana, you know exactly what you're talking about. Delhi, the NCR region and parts of states of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh cannot breathe. It's death by breath, and we're all being collateral in what is clear politics. All states where the citizens are concerned facing the brunt of inaction year by year until and unless pollution becomes a political agenda or a poll issue, we're going to continue to pay the price of it. What I am going to do is I'm going to take you through on the worst affected areas where the AQI, and you can see for yourself, equivalent to smoking over 30 cigarettes a day. Delhi has turned into a gas chamber with Okla phase 2. Recording an AQI index of 499, RK Puram standing at 498 and Siri Fort at 498. Severe where the air pollution is concerned. Haryana is in a hazardous haze. Various parts of the state toxic to breathe in. Faridabad 491 is at the AQI index. Sonipat stands at 455, Gurugram at 468. From Delhi to Haryana, the NCR region, let's take you right now to Uttar Pradesh. Unbreathable. Greater Noida at 497. Noida, where our show is rolling from, 478. Muradabad in the morning was high, but now has come down to a 272. This is what it looks like across 3 states, especially the Delhi NCR region. It's the same story every time. The explanation keeps changing from year to year, but the situation doesn't change. It's that time of the year again where the NCR region grapples with crippling air pollution crisis and nothing is done with it. Delhi NCR region, parts of Haryana, parts of Uttar Pradesh have become short of a gas chamber with many areas shrouded in a toxic haze. Collateral, like I said, no one else but us.
national capital region turns into a gas chamber. Delhi's air quality plummeted to the hazardous category on Friday. The Air Quality Index, or AQI, in many areas of Delhi and its suburbs breached the 400 mark, entering the severe category. The city's 24-hour average AQI was 655. In neighboring Noida, the figure stood at 678.
आज आप हालात ये देखिए, नवंबर के तीसरे दिन स्मॉग की चादर ने इस तरह से इस पूरे इलाके को ढक लिया है कि भारत मंडपम के बिल्कुल करीब होने के बावजूद मंडपम आपको दिखाई नहीं देगा। नटराज की मूर्ति स्मॉग की चादर में, धुंध की चादर में ढकी हुई है और उसके सामने का फाउंटेन भी साफ तौर पे नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है।
With air pollution reaching hazardous levels, Stage 3 of the Graded Response Action Plan has kicked in.
ग्रेड 3 के अंदर कंस्ट्रक्शन गतिविधियों पे रोक लगा दिया गया है। व्हीकल पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए मेजर लिए जा रहे हैं। स्कूलों को 2 दिन के लिए 5वीं क्लास तक के लिए बैन कर दिया गया है।
All government and private primary schools in Delhi are closed for 2 days. BS3 petrol and BS4 diesel vehicles are barred from roads. Non-essential construction work is also banned. With pollution levels spiking, the BJP has trained its guns on Arvind Kejriwal government. Party spokesperson Shehzad Poonawala worked out wearing gas mask.
Our health is at risk. It's a health emergency. And today the question is that just like the smog tower, which was constructed at 23 crore rupees, on which we are spending 10 lakh rupees per month, it's been shut for 8 months. Mr. Kejriwal must tell us that why is this Delhi smog tower, if it was effective, Gopal Rai said 70% AQI will come down because of this, why is it shut today? If it is going to be shut when the crisis is there, then what use is it serving?
The all too familiar blame game over pollution also has started.
सभी प्रदेशों में वायु गुणवत्ता का जो है आयोग बनाया है, उस आयोग के द्वारा बहुत हद तक हम लोगों ने कंट्रोल किया है। जो कोयले का एनटीपीसी इत्यादि जितने भी हैं, कई फैक्ट्री को भी वहाँ बंद करना पड़ा है और धीरे धीरे सुधार की प्रक्रिया जारी है।
कहाँ है केंद्रीय पर्यावरण मंत्री? उनकी कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। पूरा उत्तर भारत में प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो रही है, केंद्र सरकार की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर की भाजपा की सरकार की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। हरियाणा में जो भाजपा की सरकार उसकी कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, वो केवल बयान देते हैं। भाई मैं शुरू से एक बात कहता हूं कि पहली बात ये समझना जरूरी है कि प्रदूषण की समस्या पूरे उत्तर भारत की समस्या है। एयर सेट की समस्या, ये सारा रिसर्च आ चुका है। एयर सेट को ठीक करना है तो सबको सामूहिक प्रयास करना पड़ेगा।
The worst may be yet to come. Weather experts have warned the pollution levels will remain high for the next 10 days. With Amit Bharadwaj, Bureau Report, India Today.
While citizens become inconsequential, what is of consequence is of what most of us are feeling in our houses while we make our way to work and come back from work in the national capital region. Air pollution is a silent killer. These are benchmarks and graphics that you see very, very often, but one needs to reiterate once again on what living in these circumstances can lead to. It's as good where at least I'm sitting, which is Noida, as good as smoking 25 cigarettes a day with an AQI index which is just touching 500. Well, where high pollution levels are concerned, directly leading and aggravating asthma, bronchitis, upper and lower respiratory infection, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, trachea, bronchus and lung cancers are also related to high rates of pollution, heart attacks, even strokes. Now, if the governments refuse to do anything, what can you do to protect yourself? Well, refrain from morning walks, use air purifiers while indoors, use N95 and N99 face masks with outdoors. COVID might have come and gone, but it's time to bring out the masks again if you live in the Delhi NCR region and even in parts of Uttar Pradesh as well as Haryana with at least the AQI index we're seeing right now. Do take steam facials every day. If you are getting allergic reactions, ventilate your kitchen and bathrooms, but once again, do use if you can afford to, air purifiers at home. And that's the sad reality of this country, that not many of us can actually invest in an air purifier. Restrict outdoor activities where children are concerned, cultivate air purifying plants, and ensure a diet rich in vitamin C and omega fatty acids. Well, in midst of all of this, as politics speaks on what we are witnessing, especially in the national capital, where the BJP equating what we are witnessing to capital punishment of sorts, the Delhi government has used data to at least come up with what they suggest is an action plan. While pollution levels continue to deteriorate in the capital, the Aam Aadmi Party has struck to a defense with numbers on what they say is derived from the SAFAR numbers, which is SAFAR, S-A-F-A-R, is an indicator which grades air pollution over time and predicts air pollution in the next coming days. Listen in to the defense of the Aam Aadmi Party.
दिल्ली ने मेहनत करी और पंजाब में मेहनत करी। पंजाब जहां आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बने हुए सिर्फ 1 साल हुआ है, आज की तारीख में पंजाब में पराली जलने की घटना में 50% की कमी आई है। सिर्फ 1 साल की हमारी ये अकम्प्लिशमेंट है कि पराली की घटनाओं में 50% की कमी है। दिल्ली सरकार और पंजाब सरकार एक्शन ले रही है। वहीं आप देखिए, पूरा अखबार भरे पड़े हैं, पूरा इंटरनेट भरा पड़ा है कि किस तरह हरियाणा की सरकार सो रही है। हरियाणा की सरकार कुछ काम नहीं कर रही है। लगातार हरियाणा में पराली जलती जा रही है, पराली जलती जा रही है।
You know, the sad part, viewers, is because the Delhi government passing the buck to the Haryana government passing the buck back to the Delhi government, and then the Delhi government also blaming parts of Uttar Pradesh as well. But the sad part is where all of us who live in the NCR region collateral to this blame game politics.
Co-presented by आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय, जॉय ई-बाइक. Co-powered by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
All right, over to all the election news in Mission 2024. As the Telangana Legislative Assembly polls draw near, political tensions soar. Rahul Gandhi's visit to the Kaleshwar project's Medigada barrage ignited a verbal duel of sorts, once again bringing back the Pappu jibe.
Telangana Pappu Revant Reddy or All India Pappu Rahul Gandhi, both of them have visited Kaleshwaram.
National Pappu and State Pappu. That is how Telangana Minister K.T. Rama Rao described Rahul Gandhi and Revant Reddy, who have hit the election trail in Telangana. What angered CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao's son is the Congress leader's visit to the Medigada barrage of the Kaleshwaram project, which is allegedly marred by faulty design. The Congress allegations of corruption in the 1 lakh crore rupees lift irrigation project right in the middle of the assembly poll campaign has left the ruling BRS fuming.
Telangana Pappu Revant Reddy garu, All India Pappu, evalu All India Pappu? Rahul Gandhi na, Mudda Pappu. Kulpen Kaleshwaram anukunte egesukoni podduna gaali motorlu iddaru poyi aada Medigada kadiki poyinrata.
Rama Rao went on to advise Rahul Gandhi to change his scriptwriter.
Telangana Pappu Revant Reddy or All India Pappu Rahul Gandhi, both of them have visited Kaleshwaram. Unfortunately, Rahul Gandhi is just a reader, is not a leader. Either he should change his script or at least his script writer, because you know, same thing that he repeats everywhere. Wherever he goes in the country, he says the same thing.
But there is a twist in this Pappu battle. The word in Telugu means dal or pulses.
पप्पू तो हेल्दी फूड है, प्रोटीन फूड है, क्या गलती है उसमें? मैं पप्पू हूँ, आप तो जहर है। ये तेलंगाना 4 करोड़ जनता को मरवाने के लिए केटीआर एक जहर जैसा बन गए, तो जहर को छोड़कर पप्पू का है तो तबीयत भी ठीक रहेगा। तो मुझे पप्पू कहे तो मेरे को कोई एतराज नहीं है।
While the KCR government has gone on the offensive over the Kaleshwaram row, the central government has also released a report about the shoddy construction of the dam and its sinking pillars. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, from poll-bound Telangana, let's cut across to poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, and what is festering is a Ram Mandir showdown as Madhya Pradesh gets set to vote. State Congress chief Kamal Nath stoked a row after claiming it was Rajiv Gandhi who opened the locks of the Ram Mandir at the then disputed Babri Masjid site. Not just that, Kamal Nath then took up the BJP, saying that they cannot claim credit over the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. The BJP was quick to hit back, stating that the Ram Mandir is a temple for Hindus and no one, not even the BJP, can claim credit over it.
नहीं, हम जरा भी श्रेय नहीं रही, हम तो दर्शन करने के लिए जाने की बात कर रहे हैं, हम श्रेय कहाँ दे रहे हैं। और राजीव गांधी ने ताले तुलवाए तो वो भी सरकार में थे, प्रॉपर्टी तो हिंदुओं की थी, तो वो क्यों श्रेय ले रहे बताइए। हमने तो कभी कुछ नहीं कहा, हम इतना कहते हैं कि दर्शन करने के लिए सबको सुविधा कर देंगे, सरकार सहायता करेगी।
कमलनाथ जी, मुझे आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछ दें, क्योंकि मैं भी उस आंदोलन का पार्ट रहा, वकील भी रहा। जब बाबरी मस्जिद के गिरने के आलोक में मध्य प्रदेश की सरकार को डिसमिस किया नरसिंह राव की सरकार ने, तो आप भी तो मंत्री थे ना उसमें, आपने कुछ विरोध किया था क्या? और जब लोकसभा में कहा गया और टीवी पर कहा नरसिंह राव जी ने कि हम बाबरी मस्जिद फिर बनवाएंगे, आपने विरोध किया था क्या? खामोश थे ना। तो ये क्या क्या बात करते हैं आप?
कमलनाथ जो कह रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल सच कह रहे हैं, वही असली कांग्रेस का चेहरा है। ये जो पूरी पिक्चर है बाबरी मस्जिद की, इसमें दोनों का बराबर रोल है, बीजेपी का, आरएसएस का और कांग्रेस का। इसीलिए मैंने हमेशा कह रहा हूं, एक किताब का हवाला दिया था कि कांग्रेस आरएसएस की मां है, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि देश की जनता ये देख रही होगी जो कमलनाथ ने कहा है।
All right, trust that face-off to only get bigger as the polling date approaches where the state of Madhya Pradesh is concerned. Meanwhile, let's quickly cut across to the news break that's coming in. Kangana Ranaut will now contest Lok Sabha polls, or at least she has ambitions to contest Lok Sabha polls. That's the news that we are breaking right now. Actor Kangana Ranaut has at least expressed her desire very openly that she wants to contest Lok Sabha polls. The Bollywood actor not just hinted, directly stated that if the Lord is benevolent enough, then she'd be blessed to contest and make her poll debut in 2024. Kangana Ranaut states, if God blesses me, I will fight elections. Not the first time, she's given that hint earlier when she attended the India Today conclave. But let's listen in to Kangana Ranaut's latest admission of at least expressing her desire, a deep desire, to fight the Lok Sabha elections in 2024.
आप लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ेंगे?
श्री कृष्ण की कृपा रही तो लड़ेंगे।
आप लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ेंगे?
श्री कृष्ण की कृपा रही तो लड़ेंगे।
आप लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ेंगे?
श्री कृष्ण की कृपा रही तो लड़ेंगे।
आप लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ेंगे?
श्री कृष्ण की कृपा रही तो लड़ेंगे।
All right, I think you heard that quite a few times, where she says that if Lord Krishna is benevolent enough, then she will definitely fight the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. She's made her intentions very clear, but she'd given us a hint way back right ahead of the Himachal Assembly elections. Kangana Ranaut had made her political ambitions clear even then.
आप पॉलिटिक्स कितना फॉलो करती है? मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूं क्योंकि आप बहुत क्लीनली और ओपनली अपनी जो सोच है उसको रिवील कर रही हैं, और ऐसे में क्या आपने कभी सोचा है कि बॉलीवुड के अपने करियर के बाद आप फुल टाइम पॉलिटिक्स में हिमाचल के लोगों के लिए या देश के लोगों को कुछ फायदा पहुंचे, उसमें आप घुसना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, क्या होता है कि जो पॉलिटिक्स का काम है, जो जनता की सेवा, चाणक्य ने कहा हुआ है कि अगर आप राजयोग में जाना चाहेंगे तो ये कोई सुख का मार्ग नहीं है, ये एक सही बात है। तो अगर जनता की सेवा करनी है और अगर आपको जैसा आपने कहा समाज के लिए कुछ करना है, तो कहीं ना कहीं अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ का बलिदान कर या जो भी आपके खुद की महत्वाकांक्षाएं हैं उनका बलिदान कर आगे बढ़ना पड़ता है। तो मैंने अभी तो इस बारे में सोचा नहीं है, और मेरे खुद की जो महत्वाकांक्षाएं हैं उनके लिए भी मैंने काफी कुछ किया है। अगर कभी जिंदगी में ऐसा मौका मिला कि अब देश के लिए कुछ करना पड़ेगा तो करेंगे, वो भी करेंगे।
All right, so she'd given us a hint then. This time she's made her intention clear that she really does want to fight the Lok Sabha election. Now it's up to the BJP, because at that point of time she'd said that she admires the BJP and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And when Mr. JP Nadda was asked whether Kangana Ranaut will be given a ticket, he said the party will decide. All right, with that, a quick break. To stay with us on the other side is To The Point.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp with the #1 election team as we gear up for the upcoming assembly elections. Do scan the QR code.
Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Follow these steps. Open WhatsApp on your phone. Check for a new updates tab. Select Find Channel and type India Today. After finding the channel, tap the Follow button.
दिल्ली में अब ग्रैब 3 को लागू कर दिया गया है। ग्रैब 3 के अंदर कंस्ट्रक्शन गतिविधियों पे रोक लगा दिया गया है। दिल्ली के अंदर व्हीकल पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल करने के लिए मेजर लिए जा रहे हैं। स्कूलों को 2 दिन के लिए 5वीं क्लास तक के लिए बैन कर दिया गया है। दिल्ली में पेट्रोल की BS3 और डीजल की BS4 गाड़ियों को भी प्रतिबंधित कर दिया गया है।
Insisted on asking the most cheap, sordid questions about my personal life, including who do you talk to at night? How many times? Can you give me those call details? Have you been to a hotel with X? Have you stayed there? Where have you been in the last 5 years? Where all have you been? I mean, Then he says, you call so-and-so a dear friend. Does his wife know about this? And he mentions the wife's name. What is going on? He was warned repeatedly. Only the chairperson was questioning. The rest of the BJP members were fine. But they didn't say anything. The 5 MPs from the opposition protested vigorously and they said, you can't do this. This is nonsense. The chairperson cannot humiliate a person. He says, no, I can do what I like. And it continued. I told him many times. I said, I may be a witness, but I'm a citizen of India, which I guaranteed my privacy. Second thing is, I'm an MP. I'm not sitting here like some, and you cannot ask, you can ask me anything to the inquiry. I will answer all questions. On the NIC login, I will answer questions. On the supposed gifts I'm supposed to have got, I will answer questions. You have no business asking me who I talked to, at what time, how many times, whose wife knows about it. What kind of cheap, this is the kind of cheap, sordid misogyny that the BJP, and poor chap, he was under a whip. He didn't even, every question he's reading, not one question could he speak because he had nothing to say.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
As we've said from the start, Israel has not only the right but the obligation to defend itself and also to take steps to try to make sure that this never happens again. We've also said very clearly and repeatedly that how Israel does this matters. We will focus as well on steps that need to be taken to protect civilians who are in a crossfire of Hamas's making. And we want to look at concrete steps that can be taken to better protect them. We've seen in recent days Palestinian civilians continuing to bear the brunt of this action, and it's important that the United States is committed to making sure everything possible is done to protect civilians.
Obviously, we're concerned about continued attacks on Israeli forces there in the north, as are the Israelis. But I don't believe we've seen any indication yet specifically that Hezbollah is ready to go in full force. So we'll see what he has to say.
Israel is pounding Gaza with its airstrikes. Their troops are on the ground inside Gaza, smoking out Hamas terrorists. As the war enters a decisive phase, Hamas has retreated to the underground tunnel network from where they're planning and executing guerrilla attacks. Their counterattacks also feature rocket and drone launches. The outfit has released footage showing an armed drone attacking a group of IDF soldiers in Gaza. In this clip, Hamas drone can be seen firing grenade at Israeli ground troops. The Hamas leadership has threatened they will carry out October 7 style attack again and again until Israel is annihilated. Israel has accused the Hamas leadership of leaving Gaza's civilians to fend for themselves while they themselves hide in tunnels. Tel Aviv has also released videos of alleged Hamas terrorists claiming they have killed civilians, including kids. With Israel declaring there will be no ceasefire, the stage is set for the bloodiest phase of war in Gaza. Bureau Report, India Today.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com. हर family होगी insured.
Opposition in ED crosshairs. As the ED versus Arvind Kejriwal battle booms in Delhi, poll-bound Rajasthan witness to a massive ED crackdown. Latest swoop related to a probe into implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission. ED conducted searches at 25 locations across Rajasthan as part of its money laundering investigation into the implementation of the centre's Jal Jeevan Mission in the poll-bound state. Raids are being conducted in Jaipur, Dausa, including the premises of Additional Chief Secretary in Public Health Engineering Department, Subodh Agarwal.
Raids come at the back of Rajasthan's Anti-Corruption Bureau, arresting 2 ED officials for allegedly taking bribes. Earlier, ED had summoned Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's son, Vaibhav Gehlot. The agency had also questioned many Congress leaders on the paper leak scam. Rajasthan CM Ashok Gehlot questioned the timing, the objective, and the intent of agencies. Gehlot lashed out at the centre, saying that dirty politics is being played by opposition in state only to win elections. The BJP quick to retort that the chickens have come home to roost.
जब पर्दा उठने लगता है पुराने कुकर्मों पर तब इस प्रकार का सवाल करते हैं। इसलिए ईडी की जो कार्रवाई है वो वैधानिकता लिए हुए हैं। अगर उसमें अवैधानिक कोई काम है तो निश्चित तौर पर उनको करना चाहिए।
ED crackdown, due diligence or political vendetta. Top focus on India Today.
All right, good evening. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Let's quickly cut across, before we go to our political panelists, to my colleague Dev Ankur Vadhavan joining us live from Jaipur. And then we'll cut across to our BJP and Congress panelists. Dev, it's getting hot in the state of Rajasthan, both politically and with central agencies swooping in. One crackdown after another, while the state is just 22 days before polling.
Very contrived, interesting turn of events, Preeti. The Enforcement Directorate has not just raided officials of the water department in Jaipur, but also raided some very senior politicians. That includes the Rajasthan Congress chief, Govind Singh Dotasra. His premises in Jaipur and Sikar have been raided. The Rajasthan Chief Minister's son, Vaibhav Gehlot, he was summoned to Delhi. He has already been there. And in an exclusive conversation with India Today, Preeti, he clearly mentioned that the attempt is to, politically, through politically motivated raids, to discourage, to cultivate a sense of fear, so that politicians are not contributing their time towards campaigning, but more focused on how to present their cases before ED. Vaibhav Gehlot spent around 8 hours in Delhi undergoing interrogation by the Enforcement Directorate. He has been again summoned before the state goes to elections. So the Congress, right now, Preeti, wants to play this on the political field. It
well,
wants
the Congress,
to show
they
that
might want to play it on the political field, but also the last 3 days has been an interesting turn of events. It's agency versus agency. You have the ED coming in questioning Dotasara's son, Vaibhav Gehlot's son. Then you have the ACB arresting 2 ED officials, and then you have the ED officials once again swooping down in Rajasthan.
Oh, absolutely, Preeti. In fact, India Today broke that story about how one Enforcement Directorate official, Naval Kishore Meena, was arrested along with his associate, allegedly red-handed, accepting a bribe of 15 lakh rupees. Now, the ACB, that is the Rajasthan Anti-Corruption Bureau, maintains that this is a case of chit fund. The concerned accused official was trying to hush up a case, trying to tell the other party that, if you want to evade arrest, if you want to evade attaching of property, you need to shell out this much of money. The initial demand was of 17 lakh rupees. The matter got settled at 15 lakh rupees. The matter went to the ACB. The complaint was taken up. The ACB, acting on the complaint, arrested these 2 people. And thereafter, the raids come from the Enforcement Directorate side today. So is it, you hit against me, I will hit against you kind of a thing happening in Rajasthan? Is the Rajasthan government asking the agency, the ACB, to go after the ED after the ED went after the Chief Minister's son and the State Congress chief? So interesting questions.
Interesting turn of events.
Are extremely
and things are only going to heat up, because now the heat of the political campaign will kick in. They've 22 days is when Rajasthan goes to polls, and even when it comes down to the lists, even they are not finalized. So lots going on in the state of Rajasthan. Thank you, Dev, for joining us. Apologies for interrupting you. Just need to quickly bring in our political guests into the conversation. Swarnim Chaturvedi, spokesperson Congress, joining us from Jaipur, as well as Sanju Verma, national spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Sanju Verma, let me begin with you with a question that you must have answered at least the last 10 times on my show over the course of 40 days. What is this washing machine effect where it comes down to the central agencies only finding opposition parties and nothing when it comes down to the BJP leaders?
Okay, Preeti, I'm so glad you asked me this. We've debated about it a zillion times, particularly on your show. Without beating around the bush, I would just like to tell your audience that I think the most pertinent judgment on this entire narrative that the ED and the CBI are being weaponized by the BJP against the opposition in a case of selective targeting. I think the most profound judgment in this count came on the 5th of April 2023 by no less than the Chief Justice of India, Justice Chandrachud. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, as you recall, Preeti, was representing a fractious gathering of 14 opposition parties, and the words used by Abhishek Manu Singhvi was, ED is being weaponized, the BJP is selectively targeting opposition-ruled states, and the ED is behaving in a manner which is illegal and reeks of authoritarianism. And what did Justice Chandrachud say? He said, if you have a specific case come to us, do not hide behind statistics of a generic argument. And then he said, Mr. Singhvi, you say that the political space for the opposition is crunching. So if there is a crunch in the political space, the solution is the political space itself, not the judiciary, nor the courts, unless you come to us with a specific complaint. Abhishek Manu Singhvi had a nice, big, fat, wobbly omelette on his face and chose to withdraw his petition. Okay. Point number one. And just very quickly, point number two. For people who say that BJP ahead of polls is weaponizing, I have been on your show and you asked me very tough questions, which you always do, and I welcome that. Ahead of the Karnataka polls, I remember, Preeti, you told me, K. Ishwarappa, 40% commission Sarkara. K. Ishwarappa was not given a ticket. He was asked to resign as the Panchayati Raj minister, even when charges leveled against him by the deceased Santosh Patil, the contractor in this case, were not proven. But I ask you one thing. DK Shivkumar is facing money laundering charges, but he is the CM in waiting. Vaibhav Gehlot, has he denied the charges? And I always say, look for a smoking gun. You mentioned Vaibhav Gehlot. The money laundering charges pertain to Vaibhav Gehlot's stake in two companies, Triton Hospitality and Vardha Enterprises. And the chairman and director of Vardha Enterprises and Triton Hospitality, Shiv Shankar Sharma and Ratan Kant Sharma, have deposed against Vaibhav Gehlot. So there is a smoking gun, proceeds of crime, a money trail that is established. Opposition यदि रोना धोना करती है तो भाई साहब रोते रहिए.
All right. Okay, Sanju Verma, just a 10-second answer before I cut across to Mr. Swarnim Chaturvedi. Madam, who do you remember from the BJP who was questioned by the central agencies of late? Because we are finding it very difficult from our team to find a name.
Okay. I have this to say, and I will not beat around the bush, Preeti, because I don't hold, office here for either a Narayan Rane or a Ajit Pawar, or for that matter, a Himanta Biswa Sarma. I take names and I respond because that is the kind of candor I like on debates where we can have a rational conversation. My simple logic is this: आपको problem है अजीत पवार के साथ, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का दरवाजा खटखटाइए. आपको नारायण राणे के खिलाफ you have proof, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का दरवाजा खटखटाइए. आपके पास प्रूफ है अगेंस्ट हिमंता बिस्वा शर्मा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का दरवाजा खटखटाइए. But I want to ask, if the opposition is so innocent, why is Manish Sisodia still behind bars? Why has Satinder Jain been not given a clean check? Why is Sanjay Singh still behind bars? His custodial interrogation has been extended. जवाब है opposition के पास.
All right. Okay, Sanju Verma, the fact is, as I bring in Swarnim Chaturvedi, with what you said, Supreme Court का दरवाजा खटखटाएगा, the opposition says, भाई इनका central agency कब दरवाजा खटखटाएगी? क्योंकि हमारा तो आए दिन खटखटा रही है. पर that's fine. I want to just cut across to Swarnim Chaturvedi. देखिए, Swarnim Chaturvedi, the point is, if you get down to it, your own people, we had this conversation the last time as well, Mr. Chaturvedi. You had Sachin Pilot who built a whole campaign on paper leaks and how those people responsible for paper leaks need to be held responsible. Now that the investigation is happening, now that the central agencies are cracking the whip, you are crying witch hunt. This is what you wanted. This is what your people wanted.
No, actually, what I want to say is the central agencies are being misused just to promote the vendetta politics of BJP. And if you see the success rate of BJP, my allegation would substantiate that they could not find 29% cases where they can file charge sheet against the accused. So I know, and we all know, the ED raids in the states when the elections are going and BJP is weak, they work as a frontal organization of Bharatiya Janata Party. So why should we knock the door of the Supreme Court? BJP should, BJP or ED. I don't know if the spokesperson is sitting, they are supporting BJP or ED, but they are seems like they are the spokesperson of ED. But I should tell that there is no success rate of BJP. They should at least declare, or they should at least disclose that what they could find when earlier they raided our leaders. They just could not disclose it. And we all know what BJP is doing. They are sending the central agency just to harass our leaders, just to interfere in our workers. But we are the workers of Rahul Gandhi. We don't fear central agencies because we have worked for the public and we are doing the service for the people. So,
but Swarnim Chaturvedi, if you haven't done anything, then why fear? Let the agencies come and go.
We don't fear.
Or you think the agencies are compromised?
We have seen the agencies are compromised. Our Rajasthan police has just arrested 2 ED officials for accepting bribes. So we all know the agencies are compromised. They should at least declare or disclose in the earlier raids. Did they found anything against us? Did they found any black money stashed? But we all know in Rajasthan, BJP leaders make statements that ED is coming in 3 days. ED will raid 6 ministers of the Congress party. And what I am saying is, I'm just repeating the statement of BJP MP, Mr. Kiruri Lal Meena. He declared and he made a statement that ED will raid premises of 6 Congress ministers.
All right, Swarnim Chaturvedi, just hold on to that thought. Okay, finish what you're saying. Then I want to bring in Sanju Verma back into the conversation. Finish, sir.
So what I am saying is that BJP, ED and other central agencies, they are working on the behest of BJP leaders. And we have seen BJP leaders took the ED to the private locker company, alleging that 500 crore is being stashed here or here. But when they opened the locker...
All right, I'll tell you why I'll tell you why, Sanju Verma, the waters are muddied with what the opposition is saying. Because, you know, I'll quote you some figures. Only 23 convictions under PMLA, the act which was formed in 2002, have been secured as of now, even as the number of cases registered by the ED under the PMLA have risen exponentially from 209 in 2013-14 to 981 in 2021. And out of that, 92% of these cases, Sanju Verma, are on the opposition. So you have data to practically assist the charges that the opposition is bolstering their claim with, that the agencies are compromised.
Okay. So, Preeti, since you have chosen to speak with data, I will counter you with data. And the first data point is this, that, you know, the ED's conviction rate, particularly with respect to only PMLA-related investigations, the conviction rate is 96%. And in most cases, be it a Manish Sisodia, be it a Sanjay Singh, be it Agra Singh Gehlot, the brother of Ashok Gehlot, be it Vaibhav Gehlot, the son of Ashok Gehlot, be it Partha Chatterjee, if you notice, Preeti, you do your homework. In most of these cases, there is a joint probe by both the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI, and the CBI strike rate is the highest globally at 97.3% across a broad array of cases. So conviction rate par na jaate hue, I have a simple question. Let's cut through the fluff. Let us talk specifically of a state which is going to poll in barely a few days. Chhattisgarh, the Mahadev app betting scam. I just want to ask one thing to the Congress spokesperson with your permission. The 2 founders of this app are Ravi Uppal and a man called Saurabh Chandrakar. Is it true that Saurabh Chandrakar is the cousin of Kshitij Chandrakar? Kshitij Chandrakar is the son-in-law of Bhupesh Baghel, married to his daughter Divya Baghel. Ye baat ka jawab dijiye.
All right, okay. You know, he can come back.
Chandrakar related
Sanju
to
Verma,
Bhupesh
he can
Baghel,
come
yes
back
or
with
no?
it, but Sanju Verma, hold on to that thought, because you bought in Chhattisgarh. We are just going to go into a news break, because on the long list of opposition leaders in poll-bound state, another name is added, and that is of Mr. Bhupesh Baghel, and that's the news that we are breaking right now. And we'll come back to Sanju Verma for a quick reaction, as well as the Congress spokesperson. The ED has claimed Mahadev betting app promoters had given 508 crores to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel so far. The probe is on. From the questioning of Asim Das and from the forensic examination of the phone recovered from him and examination of an email sent by Shubham Soni, one of the high-ranking accused of Mahadev network. Now, this is all ED information. What they suggest are startling allegations that have come forth, namely the regular payments have been made in the past, and so far 500 crores have been paid by Mahadev app promoters to the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel. That's a big news break that we are getting in. Now back to Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, I think we just took up that opposition name by one more name, this time another poll-bound state. Now you yourself are finding it funny, Sanju Verma, you're laughing. I'm not saying anything. So after Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh charged with accepting 508 crores from Mahadev app promoters. Reactions, ma'am?
Preeti, you know, अभी मेरी हंसी से मेरे स्माइल से भी लोगों को प्रॉब्लम है. I am not taking a jibe at you, but I was in a debate 3 days back on another channel, and I was smiling with Panli. Said, why is she smiling? Why is she laughing? So it's come down to that, leaving these guys so rattled. But be that as it may, speaking on a more serious note, without a smirk or a smile, let me just say this to you. I always say that in a money laundering case, there are 3 things which are very important, which any probe agency anywhere in the world will look at: the intent, bona fide or mala fide, the proceeds of crime, and a money trail. And if the ED says that 508 crore has been surreptitiously given to no less than the Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, and I just told you that Saurabh Chandrakar, the co-founder of Mahadev betting app, is the cousin of the son-in-law of Bhupesh Baghel.
I need to close the bulletin. I want to bring in Swarnim Chaturvedi for just 20 seconds. Swarnim Chaturvedi ji, I think Mr. Kamal Nath should be told that something could be coming next, because you have Rajasthan embattled now, you have Chhattisgarh embattled, and this time Bhupesh Baghel charged with taking 508 crores by the ED on the Mahadev app, by the Mahadev app founders. That's a big allegation, Mr. Chaturvedi.
Actually, we all know there is only one issue in all these poll-bound states. That is, one is comparison between the central government and the state governments. That central government is responsible for the hardship due to price rise and unemployment. And in Rajasthan, we are giving relief, and we have given guarantee of minimum income. So they just want to change the narrative. And that's why they are.
But will they be able to change the narrative? Sanju Verma, I'm terribly out of time. Sir, I'm terribly out of time.
10 seconds.
No, I'm sorry. Miss Verma, you've had your chances. I'm terribly out of time. I need to close the show. The Congress, they're very clearly calling this a witch hunt, but the latest name, now these are grave allegations. The sitting Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, who's going into elections in just a few days, 7th is when Chhattisgarh goes to polls, and the Chief Minister has now been charged of accepting 508 crores by the charge made by the Enforcement Directorate, that he accepted this money coming in from the promoters of the Mahadev app. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments. Thank you for joining us.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Israel, Hamas have been at war. Women, children, men are being attacked, and innocent lives have been lost on both sides. The conflict
has impacted every aspect of Israel's infrastructure, including the film and TV industry. Angelina Jolie, who is widely known for her humanitarian work, took to Instagram and condemned the Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, describing it as the deliberate bombing of a trapped population. In an Instagram post, she shared a photo depicting the devastation caused by an airstrike at Jabalia, Gaza's largest refugee camp. Even singer and actress Selena Gomez announced that she will be deleting her Instagram account amidst all the trolling and hate that she received online. However, just a little while later, she deleted the story in which she had made this announcement, and her account is still active. The Hollywood pop icon had recently shared a heart-touching note on Instagram condemning the violence against innocent civilians, especially children.
Hi everyone, I wanted to take a moment and say thank you to everyone for their messages, for their prayers, for their wishes. I'm back, I'm home, I'm safe, I'm fine. But just 2 days back, I woke up in a hotel room in Tel Aviv with bomb sounds around me and sirens blaring, and we were taken down to a basement and shelter areas. And मैं पहले ऐसे सिचुएशन में कभी रही नहीं हूँ, बट आज जब मैं अपने घर में उठी हूँ with no sounds and feeling safe and feeling fine, तो मुझे रियलाइज हो रहा है कि कितनी बड़ी बात है, हम कितने फॉर्चुनेट है कि हम इस कंट्री में हैं.
And with halted production and mass destruction because of the ongoing war, the country will require time to get back on its feet. With Gyanisha Malik, Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 32 and minimum 19 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 35 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 33 and minimum 24 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 27 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 30 and minimum 26 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 30 and minimum 21 degrees.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
As the battle for Telangana intensifies, a fierce face-off has erupted over the world's largest irrigation project in Telangana. The Kaleshwaram irrigation project, prominent in the BRS campaign as their biggest accomplishment, is also in the Congress and BJP campaign as a corruption-ridden project. And the opposition is going to town with this charge. In the last 24 hours, the Congress led by Rahul Gandhi has slammed the KCR Sarkar over the irrigation project, alleging a whopping 1 lakh crore impropriety. Their Kaleshwaram ATM campaign is now picking up steam as Rahul demanded answers from BRS for letting down the people of Telangana.
Kaleshwaram project
को बड़ा कर 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए आपकी जेब में से निकाला है। वहां कलेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के जो बराज के खंभे हैं एक के बाद एक गिर रहे हैं।
It did not stop there. Rahul today made his way to Kaleshwaram to highlight what the Congress has been alleging of the shoddy construction and pillars sinking. Congress supporters gathered in massive numbers at the dam. Rahul Gandhi then visited the Medigada barrage, highlighting the damage caused to the barrage. But the BRS laughed off the visit, claiming Rahul stood at a joint and not a crack.
Kaleshwaram is a pet project of Chief Minister KCR which has solved the problem of irrigation and drinking water of Telangana. It is so unfortunate that a Lok Sabha parliamentarian, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, does not know the difference between the expansion joints and cracks.
But the BRS is firefighting this political crisis, as it's not just the Congress but the BJP too that has repeatedly raised the Kaleshwaram corruption charge. The Kaleshwaram clash is now becoming one of the biggest political flashpoints in the run-up to the Telangana elections. With Abdul Bashir in Kaleshwaram, Bureau Report, India Today.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 32 and minimum 19 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 35 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 33 and minimum 24 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 27 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 30 and minimum 26 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 30 and minimum 21 degrees.
You are watching India Today. Powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies. Co-presented by Century Laminates by Manish Malhotra, Fashion for your furniture.
Co-presented by
Macho Hand, Bade Aaram Se. Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com, Har family hogi insured. Co-powered by The Bold Look of Kohler.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the News Track. I'm Rahul Kamal. The biggest story, the biggest concern in North India, especially around the national capital region, the menace of pollution back at its worst. I'll be putting some very tough questions to the Delhi Environment Minister Gopal Rai, trying to do more to fix the problem of pollution, trying to draw public attention, government attention to this emergent crisis is my top focus on the News Track.
Delhi disappears. Smog envelops national capital. Stubble smoke turns NCR into gas chamber. Citizens choke, blame game begins.
तो आए केंद्रीय पर्यावरण मंत्री, उनकी कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। पूरा उत्तर भारत में प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो रही है, केंद्र सरकार की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर की भाजपा की सरकार की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है।
But what about past promises?
केवल एक चीज मांग रहे हैं जनता से। अभी 6 महीने हुए हैं, समस्या बहुत बड़ी है, कई सालों से चल रही है, 1 साल और दे दो। अगली साल इसको ठीक करके दिखा देंगे।
Who will guarantee our right to breathe? Big focus on News Track.
Gasping, bleary-eyed, sniffling. That's how me and several of us in the National Capital Region are feeling. It's the same story every year. Farm fires from Punjab, in large part, and Haryana to some extent, continuing to choke Delhi and